Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Inevitable, and this is the Calm Face Violent Ambition podcast, where I'll be speaking about literally anything that sparks my interest and sharing my perspective on it. Thanks once again for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the video. So today we're going to speak about boundaries and balance, and how to protect yourself while embracing twin flame intensity. Okay? This subject blends psychology, spirituality, and resilience, and it challenges us to see that intensity in relationships can be transformative, but only when balanced with self respect and boundaries. Intensity in love, especially in a twin flame connection, can feel overwhelming. The passion, the energy, the magnetism, it can consume us. But without boundaries, intensity can become destructive. Boundaries are not walls, they are frameworks that protect our energy, ensuring that love remains empowering rather than draining. Balance is the act, balance is the art of holding intensity without losing yourself. It is the practice of embracing passion while staying grounded in authenticity. Boundaries and balance together transform intensity into growth rather than chaos. They allow us to experience the fire of love without being burned. So essentially, like I do in all my videos, we're going to be breaking this insight down into four different sections, and at the end of these four sections, I'll be including some practical steps on how we can go ahead and implement this insight in our daily life and our daily doings if we are a twin flame, essentially. Okay, so section one: why boundaries matter. Boundaries are the invisible framework that allows love to thrive. Without them, intensity can blur identity, drain energy, and create cycles of dependency. With them, passion becomes sustainable. Boundaries are acts of self respect, teaching us that protecting our emotional, mental, and spiritual health is not selfish, it is necessary. They clarify expectations, prevent burnout, and ensure that intensity strengthens rather than consumes. Point number one: boundaries prevent dependency, ensuring that love is shared from wholeness rather than need. Point number two: they protect against emotional burnout, allowing us to sustain intensity without collapsing under its weight. Point number three: boundaries create respect, teaching both partners that love thrives when individuality is honored. Point number four: boundaries also clarify expectations, reducing misunderstandings and preventing cycles of conflict. For example, a person who sets boundaries around communication may prevent emotional exhaustion, ensuring that intensity remains healthy. Boundaries are not barriers, they are bridges. They protect us so that love can flourish without harm. Boundaries matter because they transform intensity into empowerment. They are not cages but foundations, like structures that allow passion to breathe without suffocating us. When we honor boundaries, love becomes sustainable, respect becomes natural, and intensity transforms from chaos into clarity. Powerful. That was section one: why boundaries matter. Alright, diving into section two: the balance between self and union. Balance is the art of holding passion without losing yourself. In intense connections, it is easy to become consumed by the relationship, forgetting personal needs, goals, and identity. Balance ensures that union does not erase individuality, it strengthens it. True balance means nurturing self care alongside connection, pacing intensity, and knowing when to lean into passion and when to step back for reflection. Balance is not compromise, it is harmony, allowing both partners to thrive as individuals while deepening the bond they share. Point number one: balance means nurturing self care alongside connection, ensuring that personal growth continues even in intense relationships. Point number two: it prevents obsession, reminding us that love is not about losing ourselves but about becoming more whole. Point number three: balance allows intensity to be embraced without fear because it is grounded in stability and authenticity. Point number four: balance also teaches pacing, like knowing when to lean into passion and when to step back for reflection. For example, a person who balances time between relationships and personal pursuits ensures that intensity strengthens rather than consumes them. Balance is not compromise, it is harmony. It teaches us that love thrives when both union and individuality are honored. Balance ensures that intensity strengthens rather than consumes. It is the anchor that keeps passion steady, the rhythm that allows union to deepen without erasing individuality. With balance, love becomes a harmony of two whole beings, not a drowning of one in the other. Powerful. And that was section 2, the balance between self and union. Okay, so at the beginning of my twin flame relationship, this is like these two sections that we've just gone over right now. These were some things that I was struggling with in my twin flame connection. Like I've mentioned before in my previous videos, my twin was always the one who was like, you know, ahead in like the spiritual aspect of our connection. And I kind of felt like she always had more knowledge and more wisdom about this than I did, because okay, I believe we both started out with the same amount of depth, the same amount of knowledge at the beginning, but because she chose to accept the our twin flame connection for what it is and respected it, she grew in wisdom and knowledge about the connection. And because I essentially tried to reject it and not respect it, I didn't grow. And that's what kind of caused the dynamic, I guess, where she has more wisdom, she has more knowledge, and essentially in our connection, she's like at this higher position, as I would say. I don't know. It's like I can't put it in words specifically, but I'm sure you get the drift, right? And I'm like in this lower position, you know what I mean, when it comes to knowledge, wisdom, insight about that twin flame connection and position, I guess. So essentially, I always felt like she was the one that was consuming me. And this is what kind of triggered my avoidance tendencies, alongside the fact that she is an empath, right? And I was an avoidant. I really want to put emphasis on the was, because I am no longer avoidant, okay? It's not a part of my identity anymore. And that constantly caused me to wanna want to just completely reject the connection at all. And it kind of hurt, you know. It's like I mentioned, it set me on this path of self-deprecation, and it was really painful not understanding these concepts. But thank God I do now. Okay, diving into section 3, protecting energy in intense connections. Intensity is powerful, but it can also be draining. Protecting your energy is essential if you want to embrace passion without being overwhelmed. Energy protection is not selfish, it is survival. It ensures that your emotional, mental, and physical reserves remain strong enough to sustain love. Protecting energy means recognizing triggers, setting limits, and practicing grounding techniques. It also means caring for the body through rest, nutrition, and movement, because physical resistance supports emotional resilience. When energy is protected, intensity becomes a source of empowerment rather than exhaustion. Point number 1. Protecting energy means recognizing when to step back, rest, and recharge. Point number 2. It involves setting boundaries around emotional triggers, ensuring that intensity does not spiral into conflict. Point number 3. Protecting energy allows us to embrace intensity fully, knowing that we have the strength to sustain it. Point number 4. Energy protection also includes physical practices. For example, like exercise, nutrition, and sleep that keep the body resilient during emotional storms. For example, someone who practices meditation during intense phases of connection may protect their energy, ensuring that passion does not overwhelm them. Protecting energy is self respect. It ensures that intensity is not destructive but transformative. Protecting energy is an act of self respect. It ensures that passion fuels growth instead of draining life. When we guard ourselves, intensity becomes a source of empowerment, not exhaustion, and love evolves into a force that uplifts rather than overwhelms. Alright, so that was section 3, protecting energy in intense connections. Now we're going to be diving into section 4, boundaries as pathways to deeper love. Boundaries are not limitations, they are invitations to deeper love. They create safety, trust, and respect, allowing vulnerability to flourish. Without boundaries, intensity can feel chaotic, but with boundaries, it becomes transformative. Boundaries deepen intimacy because they create clarity. They show both partners where safety lies, where respect is honored, and where authenticity can thrive. Far from restricting love, boundaries expand it, ensuring that passion evolves into lasting connection rather than burning out. Point number 1. Boundaries invite honesty, ensuring that both partners express needs clearly. Point number 2. They foster trust, showing that love can be intense without being chaotic. Point number 3. Boundaries deepen intimacy because they allow vulnerability to flourish in safe spaces. Point number 4. Boundaries also create longevity, ensuring that passion does not burn out but evolves into lasting connection. For example, a couple who respects each other's need for space often finds that the connection grows stronger, proving that boundaries nurture love. Boundaries deepen love because they create safety. Intensity without boundaries is chaos, but intensity with boundaries is transformation. Boundaries deepen love because they create safety. They are the sacred agreements that allow vulnerability to flourish and intimacy to last. With boundaries, intensity is no longer chaos, it becomes a pathway to trust, and respect, and connection that endures beyond the fire of passion. Okay, so that was section 4. Once again, very powerful divine inspiration that I have been blessed with by my Father in heaven, the one who I give all glory to, all honor, and all praise to. And what I've got here as well are some golden nuggets. I like to call it the golden nuggets of the video. My practical steps of implementation on how we can go ahead and integrate this insight into our daily lives and our daily doings. Okay, so step number 1, define your limits. Reflect on what drains or overwhelms you and set boundaries to protect your energy. Clarity prevents confusion. Step number 2, communicate openly. Share boundaries with honesty and respect, ensuring that intensity is balanced by mutual understanding. Practice self-care. Balance intensity with rest, solitude, and personal growth. Self-care sustains passion. Ground yourself. Use practices like meditation, journaling, or breathwork to stay centered during intense phases. Grounding prevents overwhelm. Step number 5, respect individuality. Balance union with independence, ensuring that both partners grow as individuals. Independence strengthens connection. Step number 6, honor divine timing. Accept that intensity ebbs and flows. Boundaries and balance allow you to embrace passion without fear of collapse. Step number 7, check in regularly. Revisit boundaries and balance as the relationship evolves. Growth requires adaptation, and boundaries must shift with time. By practicing these steps, boundaries and balance transform intensity into empowerment. Love becomes not a fire that burns, but a flame that warms, sustains, and transforms. Powerful. And I'd really love to hear your opinion on these practical steps. Do you feel like implementing these in your daily life and in your twin flame connection would aid you in your walk of life and love? You can just let me know in the comments. Okay? So I'll leave you with this reflection. Intensity can be transformative, but only when balanced with boundaries. How will you protect yourself while embracing the passion of twin flame connection? Think about it, share it, and let's explore together how boundaries and balance reshape love. Okay? So I'd really love to hear your perspective. Drop your thoughts in the comments. How have boundaries helped you embrace twin flame intensity? Your commentary really does add to the conversation, and together I know we can build a deeper understanding of balance in love. Alright? So I'd just like to seize this moment to thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. If you enjoyed my insight, go ahead and leave me a like. And if you're interested in hearing more about what I have to share on this channel, then you can subscribe as well. And once again, I am inevitable, and this is the Calm Face Violent Ambition podcast. Have a wonderful rest of your day.